So we're going to meet back up with Jesper again to go to a new spot to go freediving. I don't know anything about the spot that we're going to, but we're going there because weather permits. How you feeling today, Nacho?
I feel a bit tired, honestly.
A little bit tired, yeah.
No, but I feel awesome. It's amazing. The south of Gozo looks protected and full of caves, so rock on.
After 2 days of diving, definitely feeling it. It's a lot more taxing than you would think, being in cold water and then doing everything holding your breath.
My name is Jesper Stegman. I'm a freediving instructor, former world champion freediving, live now in Gozo. I've been freediving since 2009, world champion 2010, top 5 in the world over the next 10 to 15. I love freediving my whole life, 10 times, 13 times Danish champion. A few Danish records, 8 or 10 total. So yeah, I've been around and I've done it. So and I still love it. Yeah. Now we're at Arianrhod beach on the south side of Gozo. Very calm, very sheltered. Beautiful reef out here.
So go dive on some reefs today.
Exactly.
Sweet.
I've been here now for 10 years, and I've seen just a fraction of it. And that's what really makes my day when I know I live in a place like this. You have so many caves, so many wrecks. That Gozo is made for diving. It's made to explore the sea.
We've talked about this slightly in other videos about like exploring the surface of something versus doing a deep dive into it, and the philosophy goes back to Socrates. He talks about how it's very important not to just visit places at a surface level, and he's not talking about the water. He's talking about reading books, experiencing places, and having friends and understanding them and all that kind of stuff. When we're talking about that in relation to exploration and whatnot, I know I'm somebody that explores a lot in a lot of different places and I move quickly. I've also slowed down a lot over the years. The more I explore, the more I realize how big the planet is. We live in a day and age with globalization and with the internet and all of that where we feel like the Earth is really small. And it is socially, it is economically, and it is politically, but it's not small. It's really, really big. There's so much on this planet that we do not understand and that we just haven't even explored, we haven't even looked at yet. If I can contribute to human consciousness by exploring some of those things and bringing some of our home planet to light that we've never seen before, then I'm happy.
What happens to you is a magical experience. It's really hard to put true words on it that can explain it just in words. You have a lot more resources than you think you have, and when you try not to control the world but try to let go of that control and see what the world has to offer you, what the sea has to offer you, what you can offer yourself, then you have found the real value of what freediving can do for you. I have my own freediving center, Inner Dive. I'm on Facebook under Inner Dive or innerdivemalta.com, so I'm here.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jackson. Technical difficulties. Happy birthday to you.
Aw, you guys.
Oh my God. There you go.
But now that the wind is dying down, we're going to move over to Comino, and Comino is a very popular spot, and it's really significantly different than Etiquette. I need to do some computer work and some time thinking and planning, and so I send Jackson and Nacho out, so they go and have a small expedition.
Dylan, Jackson and I, it's the first time that we're working together. Everything is kind of new for us.
Jolly ho. Ahoo. Ahoo. So we're doing a bit of a location scout, I guess.
There is plenty of photo shoots and possibilities. Perhaps we'll find treasures. Alright, so note, for this side, I I would say this is the right time of the day because the sun is right in front, so probably we can get some really nice sun rays that are hitting on the roof, and then it's translated under the water like if they were flares coming down. This was the perfect first experience. We need to know and understand how we can find ways of collaborating, and so I felt it was the first time that we really got to connect, and Jackson and I, but also connecting with everything that we are doing here. Getting the dinghy and being able to explore the different caves, and I really felt like Pirates of the Caribbean, where you get into it and at the end of the cave you arrive to this beautiful beach in the dark. Oh my god. Oh my god. I need to check and measure the light, I need to understand what is the direction of the sun, I need to understand which are the timings as well. Obviously I need to jump from the dinghy and dive into the caves, understand depths, understand currents, understand how everything needs to be laid out, in order to really plan a photo shoot. There is so many elements that come together to make an alchemy, to make a special experience. For me, caves, they represent the subconscious in a way. There is almost like a bridge, You are entering into the darkness, and once you enter into the darkness, you find certain uncomfort,
I've been playing with this idea of once you learn how to dive, that the surface goes from being a barrier to being a gateway. It's a different world under the surface.
The cave, what it gives me is an ancient feeling. It's ancient, And what I was imagining is how many years the water is been digging into the rock to create those shapes. And those shapes, you can clearly see it in the video. I mean, they are curves, it's almost snaky.
So you're looking at what has been around for hundreds of thousands of years without any change, pretty much. It has a presence.
You feel just as a visitor, humble visitor, because we are guests, in the sea. We are land creatures that can develop adaptation to the sea, but I always feel like a guest, and so for me it's almost like I need to ask for permission before I get into that cave.
There's just so much stuff under there that we don't know anything about. In the amount that's been explored and documented or even just seen by human eyes is not all of it by any stretch of the imagination. And there's something about it that changes the experience, knowing that a small amount of people have seen or been in this space, and an even smaller amount of people have really appreciated and felt the space. Because one of the areas where I find it fascinating, the difference between my experience in the cave and Nacho's experience in the cave, because I'm still learning freediving, and I mean, Nacho's always improving and working, but he's way more comfortable in the water than I am. And so his ability to be in that space and allow that space just to affect him is more than mine, because I'm focused on all sorts of different things because I'm still learning how to freedive. But even with that learning, there is something there that I don't know how to describe. If you look at this cave just from the surface, then you get what it is. But as soon as you go underneath the surface and you dive down and you see that it's shaped like a bell, it's a narrow corridor that then expands at the bottom, you realize that, oh, I've seen a different perspective of this, and this place is a different place now. It's not what it was before I was there, at least in my mind. Thank you for watching this week's video. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing and consider sharing this video with the first friend that comes to your mind. Send them this video. And if you really love what we do, then consider clicking the link in the description and supporting on Patreon. We work really hard to bring you these videos, and if you love them and find them valuable, then consider joining the community on Patreon.